So, good morning or good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching this. I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable place to sit. And as you find that place to sit, I'm going to invite you, if it's comfortable, to close your eyes for a moment. And we're going to start by taking a few deep exhales. And keep on exhaling deeply. With each deep exhale, allow everything that came before to be gone, allowing the past to stay in the past. So, whatever happened before you came to this session at this moment, that is already gone. So, whether that was easy or challenging, it's already gone. So, you can let that go. And at the same time, whatever needs to happen after this session is still going to be there for you in the future. So letting go as well of the future, living the future in the future. Leaving any worries and stress to the side for a moment. Allowing your breath to find a more natural rhythm, if possible through your mouth, in and out. And as we let go of the past and let go of the future, I'm going to invite you to give yourself the permission to be here, present now, in this moment, in your body. And to go in and to notice, how does your inner landscape look like at this moment? Trying not to label it, trying not to judge it, just noticing any feelings and sensations. And for the purposes of these sessions, when we're talking about feelings and sensations, we're talking about how energy is experienced in our body. So if there's energy flowing somewhere, that's when we have a feeling. And if we have the perspective for this session that energy is not good, it's not bad, it's not positive, it's not negative, it's just energy and it moves. Any feeling and sensation that I'm having, can I relate to it from that standpoint? Can I relate to it as if, there's some feeling in my hand, which means energy is flowing through my hands. There's some feeling in my stomach, so there's energy moving there. It doesn't mean anything, for these purposes at least. So can we stay now and during this session experiencing that first layer of experience? Allowing ourselves to pay attention to our breath, noticing how deep is your breath going. Is it going to your chest? Is it going down to your abdominal area? Just noticing how deep is it going. allowing the breath to be coming in and out from your mouth, allowing the breath to go as deep down as it's comfortable for you. If it's comfortable, as low as possible. But if at this point it's not that comfortable, just breathe in a comfortable way. Maintaining our awareness of the feelings in our body, maintaining our awareness of our breath. We're going to bring our awareness now to our throat, shoulders, and neck area. Taking a moment there to just notice, noticing any feelings and sensations. And perhaps there's not many now. Perhaps there's not much flow of energy. So just noticing. And as we keep our awareness there, we're going to introduce some movement to our shoulders. We're going to make circles. So start making circles with your shoulders. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or to have them open if it's more comfortable. Making sure as we make circles to make big circles. And not worrying about your hands. They can be touching your legs or they can be hanging in the air. Making big circles. Finding a good place to switch direction. Making sure as we're making the circles that the breath is flowing. So sometimes, especially when we're going really high with the shoulders, we might have a tendency to contract a little bit and to hold our breath. So just notice if that is what you're doing, just trying to allow the flow of the breath. Switching direction. And this time we're going to do a movement as if we're pedaling. So trying to keep the head straight and where it is. The shoulders move. The torso moves with it. Making sure that we're breathing in and out. So I always start the movement by moving this area of the body because it's where we hold most of our stress. Finding a good place to switch direction. And as we bring this movement to an end, staying still. Noticing what is happening around your throat, neck, and shoulders area. Trying not to move. And feeling. Especially for those of us that might be carrying a lot of stress here, we're going to start feeling perhaps what we would say it's an uncomfortable feeling. Can we forget about the uncomfortable label and just stay with the feeling? It might be an intense feeling, but it's just a feeling. Can you see it from that perspective? And we're going to bring the chin towards the chest. And then the chin all the way up, as far up as it's comfortable for you. So it might be all the way back for some. Making sure as you're up, that your mouth is open, your jaw is relaxed. Bringing the chin down to the chest. And up one more time. Down to the chest. Now making some circles with your head. Making these circles slow so that we can notice if there's any tightness, and if there is any tightness at some point, just move back and forth through it, and then continue with the circle. We're trying to bring some more flow of energy, especially now to the throat, neck, and shoulders area. And finding a good place to switch direction of the movement. And as well as trying to bring some more relaxation to this area and some more flow of energy, we're wanting as well to open the throat chakra, which is the communication chakra. And that's not only about speaking, it also communicates the upper chakras with the lower chakras. So it allows the energy to flow up and down through the body. And the next time that your chin is all the way down, finish the movement there. And whenever it is that you finish it, return to center. And the moment that you return to center, just stay still. If you need to close your eyes, and just notice. Noticing any feelings and sensations, especially around your throat, neck, and shoulders area. And perhaps you can feel there's more flow now. If you don't experience it, that's perfectly okay. Your experience is your experience. For some of us, perhaps this wasn't enough. Perhaps for some of us, we might need to spend half an hour moving the shoulders and the neck area to feel that flow. As we keep our awareness here, we're going to introduce a breathing exercise that we've been doing lately. So if it's new for you, what we do is that we're going to breathe in deeply into our belly, and we're going to hold that breath, and we're going to, as we are holding the breath, move it up to the chest and down to the belly, and up to the chest and down to the belly. And feel free to use your belly and your abdominal area to move it. And the moment that you need to release, release. And then you breathe in again. So we're going to do this for a few moments. So just inhale and move it up and down. And feel free to go as fast or as slow as needed, or perhaps play with different speeds. For some, this might be an energizing movement, and for some, this might be a very big challenge. If we have a lot of different blockages around these areas, it might be challenging. So just also noticing that, noticing what this is showing you. And we're going to do this one last time. So the next time that you exhale, don't continue with the exercise. So we're starting to have the foundations for this session. Awareness of our body, awareness of feeling, opening the throat, working with the breath. Those are the foundations. So we're going to take this to standing. So in your own tempo, find a way to come up to standing. Yeah. And as we stand tall, but our knees are relaxed. Our feet flat on the floor. Yeah. We're going to start by bringing our arms all the way forward and up until our hands are reaching up towards the sky, making sure that our belly is relaxed. We are breathing in and out, our thighs are relaxed. And as we reach up towards the sky through the fingertips, we are going to reach down from the feet to the earth. From the soles of the feet, our energy goes down to the earth, and from the fingertips, our energy goes up to the sky. And we're going to bend to the left. It doesn't matter how far we go, depends on our bodies. So wherever you stop, just reach out. Again, it doesn't matter where you stop. It could be here, it could be here. But wherever you stop, reaching out. Opening the right side of your body and breathing in and out. And coming up to the center, reaching up a little bit, and then to the right. Again, it doesn't matter how far. Wherever you stop, just reach out. Opening the left side of our experience. Breathing in and out. Coming up to center. Opening to the back. Opening the chest, opening the armpits. Taking care of our neck. So perhaps if it's comfortable, allow your head to be dropped completely, but if it's not, don't drop it completely. So listen to your body. Allow the chest to be open. Breathing in and out. Feeling from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. Slowly coming up. And with the torso and the arms as one, we're going to go forward until we are parallel to the ground, or as parallel to the ground as we can. And we're going to allow the fingertips and the top of the head to point forward, our bottom and our pelvis to be reaching back. Making sure here that we're breathing in and out. Again, it's not necessary to be perfectly parallel to the ground. We're going to interlace our fingers and pull even more in both directions. Trying to lengthen the spine, making sure that we're breathing in and out. Keeping the torso and the head where they are, releasing the fingers, opening the arms so they can join your bottom, pointing back. So now the top of the head is pointing forward, The fingers and the bottom are pointing back. And slowly releasing the arms and slowly rolling up. When you find yourself standing, just take a moment. Notice. Notice what is happening. This exercise sometimes it starts to move some energy and it might bring some warmth into our body. So just noticing that. Just taking a moment. Every time that we do a movement or a posture, we want to take a moment to notice what has been moving, what is the feelings that we're experiencing, so we can understand what pathways of energy each movement is working with. Yeah. We're going to open our arms to the sides up until shoulder height. We're going to make sure that we are reaching out. Yeah. And we're going to twist completely to the right, allowing your arms to be completely open. We're going to twist to the right up until our limit. When we reach our limit, we breathe in and out, trying to see if we can relax that which doesn't allow us to move anymore. And perhaps when we do that, it will allow us to move slightly more, but it might not. And then we return, and through the center, we move to the left. We do the same. When we find that limit, we breathe in and out for a moment, trying to see if we can relax that which is holding, seeing if we can go slightly more, and then we return through the center one more time to the right, making sure that your arms are really open. One more time to the left. The more that you reach your arms out, the less pressure on your shoulders. So breathe in and out to make sure that we can relax that which is not relaxed. Coming back to the center. And now we're going to do this 3 times fast. So turning to one side and to the other one more time. And then finishing the center. And as slowly as possible, releasing the arms. So feeling the shoulders, feeling the arms, feeling the hands, feeling your legs, noticing what is happening. Whenever we have our arms open, it starts to bring a little bit of that energy into our shoulders. And if we have a lot of blockages here, if we have a lot of stress and tightness, it might be super intense. So we just need to understand how is that in our own experience. Yeah. We're going to open our legs a little bit wider apart. Yeah. We're going to turn the right foot towards the right. So now it's going to be facing the right. The left foot keeps on facing what it is. The torso turns completely facing the right as well. Our hands on our hips. And we're going to bend the knee so that we go forward, trying to stay upright so the knee goes as forward as it can. If we have any issues with our knees, always taking care of ourselves here. Slowly coming up, turning to center, turning the right foot to center and the left foot to the left, turning the torso to the left, and then bending down. Making sure that our chest is open to the right, to the left side now. Slowly coming up. Turning the left foot to the center. One more time, the right foot to the right. Turning the torso to the right. And again, going forward. So any of these exercises, you can do them really physically demanding if you want to, but it's not needed. What we're trying to do more is opening the flow of energy. Slowly coming up, turning the foot to the center, the left foot, the left, the torso to the left. One last time, going forward and down. Making sure always that we're breathing in and out. Coming up. Returning the feet to the center. Keeping the hands in the hips, we're going to bend the torso forward and down, completely down, until your head is hanging. Make sure to move your head a little bit to make sure that your neck is not straining. And we're going to take a few deep exhales here. Releasing any tension, any stress that you might have from the top of your head. Allowing that stress to flow from the top of your head down to the earth, just like the wax of a candle. Allow the exhale to help with that release. One last deep exhale. And slowly bringing yourself up. Whenever you reach all the way up, opening slightly to the back. Open the chest. Coming back to center. And you can release the posture, so you can release the hands, and you can bring the legs to a comfortable position. Just take a moment to notice. Notice what is happening. Notice what is happening in your legs and feet. Notice what is happening in your torso, your head, your neck and shoulders area. What is happening in your body? We're going to bring one more time our hands to our hips. We're going to bring ourselves up to our tippy toes. And we're going to allow one of the foot to come down completely, keeping the other one on its tippy toes. And then completely coming up to the tippy toes and down to the other side. And we're going to do this a few times. So in your own time, go up to your tippy toes and down to one side, up to your tippy toes and down to the other side. And when you're going down, feel free to also bend the knee and actually really bend down, trying to stay straight. So not leaning forward and not leaning back. When we do this slowly, especially if we are really going down and really going up, pay attention to what is happening, how the energy is moving from one side down to up and then to the other side. And feel all of the micro movements that your feet need to make to keep you balanced. Make sure all along that we're breathing in and out. We're going to make this one more time to each side. And we're going to finish up on our tippy toes. And then very slowly release, coming down. You can release the hands. And take a moment just to notice. Notice what is happening. Sometimes some of these movements, the energy, it's very subtle. The feelings are very subtle. Sometimes it's really intense. For each of us, it's going to be different because we are bringing a different body, different energy, different conditions and circumstances to this session. So just allowing yourself to notice what is happening. We're going to turn our feet open, so just in diagonal. We're going to open our arms through the sides to shoulder height. We're going to open the chest, looking up towards the wall and the ceiling meets. We're going to bend slightly down. And we're going to engage our buttocks, so clench your buttocks. Making sure that we are breathing in and out. Make sure that the chest is open. The hands and the arms are reaching out. Breathing in and out. Good. Can you feel what is happening? Not worrying about how long we're going to hold this. Can you feel? If you want to, feel free to go deeper with your knees. You can bend even more. That's up to you if you want more of a physical challenge. It's not needed. Making sure that you're breathing in and out. And we all have different bodies. So whatever it is that you need to release the posture, do it slowly. Don't escape it. If you can stay for a little bit longer, stay for a little bit longer. We're trying to show to our mind with our body what it's like to be more malleable, doing the things differently. If I would stop now, can I stay for 1 extra second? So making sure that I'm breathing in and out. And as slowly as possible, not escaping it, release the entire posture. And go in and notice. If it's needed, close your eyes. Go in and notice what is happening. Where are there any feelings in your experience? And try not to label them, try not to judge them. Whatever you have a feeling, that means that the energy is flowing through there. The energy might also be flowing through and encountering some blockages, so you might also be noticing that. We're going to bring the left hand to the right shoulder and the right hand to the left shoulder, allowing the elbows to be looking down. We're going to bend we're going to bring the right leg over the left leg. And we're going to try to keep our balance here. And once you're comfortable, we're going to bend down completely, keeping your elbows and your arms touching your chest. Breathe in and out. Loosening up. And slowly bring your awareness to your feet and legs. Allow yourself to come up to standing again. Once you find all the way up, opening slightly to the back. And coming back to center. And slowly releasing the posture. Taking a moment to notice what is happening. And then we're going to do with the other side. We're going to bring the right hand to the left shoulder and the left hand on the right shoulder, And the first thing here is noticing how different this is than the other side. Usually one of them is comfortable and the other one feels weird. So just first noticing that, allowing your elbows to be pointing down, protecting your heart space, crossing the left leg over your right, finding balance there first, and once you find that balance, leaning forward and down, keeping the arms protecting your chest and heart. If needed, anytime that we are down, take a few deep exhales. Perhaps it's not needed to do it deeply. Loosening up. Bringing your awareness to your feet and legs and slowly bringing yourself up to standing. The moment that you reach all the way up, opening a little bit to the back. Coming back to center. And slowly releasing the posture. Taking a moment to just notice what is happening. Whenever we are still, allowing ourselves to be, feeling, not doing, just feeling, experiencing our experience. Even after we finish with the postures and the movement, the energy, it keeps on moving. So experiencing that. And in your own tempo, we're going to find our way back to sitting. So making sure that you're not moving so fast that you lose touch of the experience. We're trying to bring this with us. Okay. So whenever it is that you find a comfortable sitting position, that can be on a chair or on the floor. If it's comfortable, close your eyes. If you prefer to keep your eyes open, keep them slightly open, really gentle and soft, looking a little bit to the floor in front of you. Allowing our torso to be tall, not straining our back, just tall. The chin tucked in, the mouth slightly open, so we might be able to breathe in and out through our mouth. Just allowing ourselves to be, feeling the experience. experiencing your embodiment, all of the energy that is moving, all of the very subtle feelings and the not so subtle feelings. Trying not to label them, trying not to judge them. The combination of all of the movements that we have done up until this moment were to open up certain pathways in our embodiment so that that energy can flow. So that now when we are sitting, we might be able to experience some of that relaxation. If any thoughts pop up, that's perfectly okay. Just allow the thoughts to be on their way. So just like clouds in the sky, they come and they go. No need to grasp on them. Anytime that we notice that a thought is getting our attention, we just come back to the body, the feelings, and the breath. And before we sit completely just being, we're going to do one last exercise. And this is we're going to use our voice. We're going to do some chanting, but really simple. We're just going to chant ah, or allowing any sound that comes out. What we're going to do is we're going to continuously allow that to happen. So anytime that we run out of breath, we're just going to breathe in again and continue. So feel free to keep your eyes closed if that is comfortable for you. We're going to inhale, and then we're just going to chant. So allowing the chanting to finish if it hasn't yet, just going in, noticing what is happening. In time that we release a little bit our voice, especially if we are not used to, we're going to get a lot of feelings in our throat, chest, and belly. So notice especially this area, what is happening there. If you had some people around, perhaps you didn't want to do as loud as possible. So notice where is that which is holding. Anytime that we release our voice, especially if that's not something that we normally do, it will feel a little bit constricted. So just notice. Notice whatever it is that is happening. Allowing ourselves to bring the mind into the body. Going deeper into our experience. Allowing your breath to become softer, more gentle. Allowing ourselves to be one with your experience. Whatever your experience is, befriending your experience, allowing it. Allowing ourselves to just be. Relearning how to just be is one of the most important things that we can do. And try not to lose touch with your experience, We're going to bring this session towards an end with a closing gesture. So if you want to follow me, we open the hands and the arms until we interlock the fingers, touching the forehead in a gesture of sealing the practice so we can take it with us. Then we open and switch the lock, again touching the forehead, dedicating the merit of this practice. That can be done to a person, a group of people, a situation, to all sentient beings. And then we open the arms in a grand gesture of giving and receiving, and the balance between the two of them. And then we gather the hands together in front of the heart, and we bow in a gesture of appreciation and respect. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel free to stay. If you have the time, stay seated, stay with the experience. If you need to get on with your day, make sure that you're taking this experience with you there. And if you have any questions or anything that you'd like to share, I will turn to the computer now, so feel free to do that. But whatever you do, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you next time.